keep replaying that afternoon, sunlight cutting across your cheek. You lean back in that wooden chair, like the world had finally gone quiet. I didn't know I was memorizing something that wouldn't come again. The last time you laughed, I didn't hold it long enough, didn't bottle up the sound before it turned to dust. If I'd known it was fading, I'd have asked it to stay. The last time you laughed was the last good day. Now jokes land in empty air, no one fills the space you leave. Even happiness feels careful, like it's scared to sit with me. I hear it sometimes in my head, but it doesn't feel the same. The last time you laughed, it echoed down the hall. I didn't know that joy could feel this small. If I'd known it was leaving, I'd have begged it to remain. The last time you laughed still lingers in my brain. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't loud, it wasn't loud. Just a simple moment, I didn't think about. The last time you laughed, I thought there'd be more. Didn't think that memory would close the door. Now I carry that sound like something I can't replace. The last time you laughed still lives in this space.
They saw the breakup on my face, but didn't press too hard. Said I'd bounce back soon enough, like it's some kind of sport. I kept my voice steady, said I'd be alright. Nobody stayed long enough to see the quiet at night. I wore composure well, like it was tailored. Nobody asked if I'm okay, they just assumed I'd heal. Like losing you is something that I don't have to feel. I kept it all together so they wouldn't see. Nobody asked if I'm okay, including me. I show up to conversations, not at the right cue. Say I'm keeping busy, like that's breaking news. I learned to make it lighter so it won't get deep, but heaviness is ways of settling and sleep. For I didn't want attention, just something real. Nobody asked if I'm okay, they just let it slide. Like strength is measured by what you hide. I kept my voice even, didn't let it shake. Nobody asked if I'm okay, that's mine. Nobody asked if I'm okay, so I stopped waiting for someone to notice I'm barely maintaining. I say I'm alright like it's no big deal. Nobody asked if I'm okay, but I still feel
I changed the sheets twice this week. Still something lingers there. Not a scent, not a trace, just the shape of where you were. I turned to my side slowly, like you might still be near. But emptiness adjusts quicker than I do here. Fabric holds memory better than I can. The pillow remembers your hair, even if I pretend it's gone. There's an outline in the silence where you used to lean at dawn. I try to sleep differently, like it's something I can't repair. But the pillow remembers your hair. I told myself it's foolish to hold on to small things, but the smallest details still pull at invisible strings. It's not about the texture or the space you used to fill. It's how something so simple refuses to stand still. I thought time would soften what fabric knows. The pillow remembers your hair like it was yesterday. Even when I shift away, it doesn't fade. I close my eyes carefully, like that makes it fair. But the pillow remembers your head. I don't need reminders, but they're everywhere, and quiet and cotton and ordinary. The pillow remembers your hair long after you moved on. It keeps what I'm trying to call withdrawn. I lay down differently, like that shows I don't care. But the pillow remembers your
We said we keep it simple, keep it easy, no lines. But hearts don't read instructions, they don't respect signs. We crossed something subtle, didn't name it out loud. Now every room we enter feels different in the crowd. We try to act normal, the normal's gone. There's never just friends after. Now when you've seen that far, now when your hands remember, you exactly where you are. We say it's nothing serious, but something's still attached. It's never just friends after, when you can't take it back. We talk about new people like it doesn't sting, like jealousy's a foreign word that doesn't mean a thing. But I see the hesitation when our fingers brush. There's history between us, and it doesn't hush. We drew a boundary, but it's thin. There's never just friends after. Not when you share that space. Not when goodbye feels heavier than it should in this case. We pretend it's casual, like that makes it safe. It's never just friends after. Love leaves a trace. We could walk away, call it retro, but something unfinished keeps wanting more. There's never just friends after. Not when you almost stayed, not when feelings linger, even if they're unplayed. We can keep pretending like we're not involved. There's never just friends after, once love's evolved.
Took your jackets from the hooks, cleared the bathroom shelf, left the key beside the sink like you erased yourself. But something didn't fall when you walked away. There's a shape against the wall where your shadow stayed. Light hits different now, but it still finds you. Your shadow stays. Still committed. I move the furniture, but it won't rearrange. Your shadow will stay, and I haven't changed. I hear it in the pauses between what I don't say. A second presence leaning where you used to lay. It's not a ghost exactly, just an outline in the air. Proof that something solid was once standing there. I shut off every rim, still can't erase it. Your shadow stay pressed into the floor. Every time I step around it, I feel it more. You left with your suitcase, but something remains. Your shadow stay in quiet frames. Maybe it's just memory playing tricks on space, or maybe love leaves residue you cannot replace. Your shadow stay longer than goodbye. It follows every move the corner of my eye. I tell myself it's nothing, just like they won't behave. But even after your shadow stays.
I still write your name at the top of empty pages, like you're somewhere reading across invisible stages. I don't know your address or where you ended up, but I keep folding sentences like that's enough. They never get mailed, they just sit in drawers. These are letters to a ghost, words with nowhere to land. I keep signing off forever, like you'll understand. I say the things I couldn't when you were close. Now all I send are letters to a ghost. I apologize for moments you probably forgot. Revisit small decisions that tied us in knots. I explain myself better on paper alone than I ever did when you were home. Ink doesn't interrupt, it just listens. These are letters to a ghost, careful and clear. I tell you all the truths I was too proud to hear. I fold up every memory, hold it close, then add it to the pile for a ghost. Maybe one day I'll stop writing you. Maybe silence will feel true. These are letters to a ghost that won't reply. I keep asking questions that drift by. I don't need an answer, I just need to cope. So I keep writing letters to a ghost.
I catch myself correcting the way I phrase your name, switching verbs carefully, grammar holds the blame. I love turns into I love with a breath I try to hide, like shifting just a letter won't shake me inside. Language feels heavier than it used to be. I loved you in past past tense, but my heart's behind, still conjugating feelings I can't redefine. I say it like it's finished, like it makes sense, but I only love you in past tense. In past tense. Friends say it sounds healthier, the way I speak of you, like distance in a sentence means I'm finally through. But every word adjustment feels slightly untrue, like I'm editing emotion to survive you. Time changes verbs, not always truth. I loved you in past tense, that's what I claim. Like adding it erases flame, I tell them it's closure, self-defense, but I only love you in past tense. But I only love you in past tense. Maybe someday it'll feel correct, maybe someday I won't self-correct. I loved you in past tense, that's how it reads, but something present still intercedes. I practice the phrasing for my own defense. I loved you in past tense.
There's nothing to point to, nothing to show, no shattered objects, no visible blow. You left politely, didn't raise your voice, still something tender lost its choice. I say I'm fine, and technically it's true. It's an invisible bruise, no color on skin, but it aches when I breathe or try to let someone in. No proof in the mirror, no headline news, just an invisible bruise. People think damage has to be loud, something dramatic draws a crowd, but quiet departures can cut just as deep, leave marks in places you don't let others see. I carry it lightly, but it weighs. There's an invisible bruise, fading at night. just an invisible bruise. Maybe it'll soften, maybe it won't. Healing's complicated when you say you don't. Here's an invisible bruise you won't ever see, but it shifts how I stand and how I let love near me. No scars to explain, no reason to accuse, just this quiet, invisible bruise.
I stopped arguing weeks ago, stopped asking where you've been, started folding into silence instead of caving in. You didn't notice the difference, maybe you just chose to let the distance settle like dust on our clothes. It wasn't sudden, it was slow. I'm quiet quitting you, not with a slam, not with a scene, just lowering the volume on what we used to mean. You think we're still standing, but I've already moved. I'm quiet quitting you. For your hand now, unless you reach for mine. I don't say I miss you just to fill the line. I save my energy for something I can keep, instead of pouring into promises that don't run deep. You call it calm, I call it done. I'm quiet quitting you, one feeling at a time, untangling my heart from yours and calling it fine. You won't hear the ending, no dramatic cue. I'm quiet quitting you. Ooh, it's not revenge, it's self-defense. Loving you loudly, stop making sense. I'm quiet quitting you, even while you sleep, pulling my heart back from waters too deep. You'll wake up one morning and feel what I withdrew. I've been quiet quitting you.
I don't ask questions about who she is. Don't scroll for details or picture her lips. I say it doesn't matter that you moved on fast, but something inside me still wants to outlast. I don't want you back, I just want something. I hope she hears about me, not the broken parts, but how I love you you steady with both open arms. I hope she hears my name in a way that stings, like maybe I was more than you let me be. I won't compete, I won't compare, but I wonder if you notice what's not there. Ooh, do you miss the patient, the way I stayed calm? Or did you trade that for temporary charm? I don't need justice, just recognition. I hope she hears about me from someone else, that I was the kind of love you don't shelf. I hope she knows before she dives too deep that losing me wasn't cheap. Maybe it's petty, maybe it's pride, but I gave you everything I had inside. I hope she hears about me in a quiet room, when you speak too carefully and change the tune. Not because I want you back with me, I just hope she hears what you lost in me.
I used to glance right at every red light, just to catch you singing off-key and bright. Now the passenger seat feels overly wide, like it's absorbing what I don't confide. Every mile marker knows your name. I'll drive home alone forever, if that's what this is. Hands on the wheel, trying not to reminisce. Streetlights blur, but I see you clear. I'll drive home alone from here. Your jacket's not hanging on the back anymore. No second opinion on which route to ignore. The radio plays like nothing changed, but every melody feels rearranged. The road feels longer than it should. I'll drive home alone forever, if that's the deal. Windows half open, so I don't have to feel. Every turn echoes what used to be near. I'll drive home alone from here. Take a different street, but the silence stays. Doesn't matter. I'll drive home alone forever, learning the way of empty space in the passenger place. The engine hums, but you're not here. I'll drive home alone from here.
Came on suddenly while I was out. Didn't have time to change the route. First note hit like it always does. Pull me backward to who I was. I hovered over the skip control, but I didn't skip our song. Let it play through every line that used to belong to you. I stood there still while the memory thrived. I didn't skip our song, I survived. People kept talking, didn't see the shift. How something simple could feel like this. I memorized parts I swore I'd forget. Turns out some rhythms don't loosen yet. It wasn't weakness, it was true. I didn't skip our song, even though I could. Let it say the things I wish you would. It hurt in a quiet, familiar way. I didn't skip our song, I let it stay. Maybe that means I'm not healed yet, or maybe it means I don't regret. I didn't skip our song, and I'm still here, breathing through what I still hold dear. One day it won't pull me along, but tonight I didn't skip our song.
I saw your picture accidentally. Didn't mean to look that long. You're standing lighter somehow, like nothing ever went wrong. New haircut, new smile, different kind of glow. Guess healing came faster than I'll ever know. I told myself it's fine, people move on. You're doing great without me, that's what it seems. laughing in places we used to dream. I'm happy for you, at least that's what I say. You're doing great without me anyway. Friends mention your name like it's neutral ground, like it doesn't echo when it comes around. I not like it's distant, like I don't compare. The version of you not when I was there. Maybe I held you back, maybe I didn't. You're doing great without me, thriving and free, like I was the way you didn't need. I hope you mean it when you say you're okay. You're doing great without me these days. It shouldn't sting if I've grown too, but some part of me still belongs to you. You're doing great without me, and I'm learning to cope. Clapping from shadows, holding on to hope that one day I'll say it and truly be doing great without you, without me.
There's a list on my phone we never got to, places we circled, said we'd pass through, tickets I saved in an old email thread, reservations sitting like something unsaid. Future tense turn obsolete. I'm living in the leftovers of our plans, half-built dreams I don't understand, maps with no direction, dates that never came. I'm living in the leftovers of our name. You wanted that apartment near the water view, said we paint the walls in something new. Now I scroll through photos of spaces for rent, like maybe I'll find where the future went. Every Sunday lost its frame. I'm living in the leftovers of our plan, unopened calendars, empty hands. I keep rehearsing what we would have done. I'm living in the leftovers that included you. I'll clear the table when I can, but tonight I'm sitting with leftovers of our plan.
You caught my voice shaking, asked if I'm alright. I blamed it on the air, said it's been dry tonight. Turned my face slightly so you couldn't see how close everything is to breaking me. It's easier to joke than confess. I'm not crying, just dust in my eyes. Something small making it hard to disguise. It's not heartbreak or missing your touch. I'm not crying, just dust. I keep busy on purpose, fill every spare minute. If I stop moving, I might fall in it. So when my hands tremble or my words rush, I say allergies and brush it off as such. Honesty feels too exposed. I'm not crying, just us floating around. Nothing emotional, nothing profound, just a reaction, nothing to discuss. I'm not crying, just us. Maybe one day I'll drop the act, call it what it is, call it crack. I'm not crying, just us, that's what I'll say when your memory won't fade away. It's easier than admitting it still hurts this much. I'm not crying, just dust.
Didn't think nothing could weigh this much, but every empty space feels like a clutch, pulling at my shoulders, tilting my stance like even air. lost its balance. You left quietly, but it shifted everything. Absence has gravity pulling me down, till even standing still feels like I'm bound. It's not what you said or what we had, it's the space you left that's dragging back. Rooms feel larger but harder to move, like I'm navigating around removed. Corners where laughter used to lean now echo softer than they seem. I didn't expect nothing to hurt. Ooh, absence has gravity, strong and slow, bending the way my days now go. It's not dramatic, it's just true. Your absence is weight I can't undo. Oh, maybe time will recalibrate. Oh, but for now I compensate. Absence has gravity holding me near to everything that disappeared. It's not the memories I'm thinking of, it's how much space was filled with love. Ooh. Ooh.
I caught my reflection this morning, didn't recognize her right away. She looks composed in the daylight, like she's got nothing left to say. There's a calm across her shoulders, like she's practiced letting go. But I can see it in her posture, she's carrying what won't show. Glass only gives back what's standing there, it doesn't hold the past. Mirrors don't look back, they don't replay the scenes, they don't remember who we were or what you meant to me. I stand there searching for something we once had, but mirrors don't look back, and maybe that's too bad. Trace the line along my jaw, like I'm checking for a change, as if heartbreak leaves a mark that rearranges every frame. I thought I'd see you somewhere in the outline of my face, but all I see is someone learning how to replace the girl who waited with someone who won't. Mirrors don't look back, they won't accuse or blame, they don't flinch at your absence or my heart still does.
We always said tomorrow, like it was something old, like time would keep extending every road we chose. We left things unresolved, folded up and saved, like we had years to open them on some quieter days. But days don't wait, they just disappear. We ran out of tomorrows before we fixed tonight. Ran out of second chances to say what wasn't right. We thought love was patient, thought it would stay, but we ran out of tomorrows and let it slip away. There's a message in my phone I never got to send. Half apology, half confession, with no clearing. I told myself you'd understand when the timing felt less wrong. Now time is just a word for something that is gone. I thought there'd be another try. We ran out of tomorrow before we made it clear. The silence isn't healing, it's just hiding fear. We kept postponing honesty, like it was safe to wait. We ran out of tomorrows and sealed our own fate. If I had known the clock was quieter than it seemed, I would have held you closer instead of chasing dreams. We ran out of tomorrows, no dramatic goodbye, just a slow realization we let too much slide. Now all that's left between us is what we didn't say. We ran out of tomorrows and there's no more delay.
I try to say your name out loud, just to see if it still fit my mouth. It lingered there unfamiliar, like a word I never learned right. Your jacket's gone from the hallway hook, but the paint is lighter where it used to hang. Funny how walls remember better than the people standing in them. I don't flinch like I used to, but but I don't breathe the same. Your name tastes bitter now, like something burnt too long. I roll it on my tongue, then wish that it was gone. It doesn't break me down, it just won't let me rest. Your name tastes bitter now, and I can't spit it out my chest. Someone asked me how you've been. I said fine, like it's my job. Didn't mention how my hands still freeze when I hear you laugh. I thought time would smooth the edges, sand it down to something dull. But even softened memories can still cut if I'm not careful. I don't reach for your number, but I haven't erased it yet. Your name tastes bitter now, like something burned too long. I roll it on my tongue, then wish that it was gone. It doesn't make me cry, it doesn't make me shout. Your name tastes bitter now, and I can't get the flavor out. Maybe one day it'll fade into a sound that means nothing. Just letters in a crowded room, not a weight in my throat. But tonight it's still there, quiet and unresolved. Your name tastes bitter now, not sweet like it began. It doesn't shake the earth, it just tightens where I stand. I say it to myself like proof of what we were. Your name tastes bitter now, soft, but it still hurts.
Awake before the light comes in, same side of the bed as always. Your pillow's gone, the space is cold, but my body doesn't adjust. I pour one cup without thinking, set it down across from mine. Habits louder than the silence, even now. I tell myself it's over, like I haven't said it before. I still said too long, like you're sleeping next to me. One for you, one for my heart. They won't let you leave, it's automatic now. I don't mean to do it, I still set 2 alarms, like we're not through with this. Your shoes on by the doorway, but I step around the space. I keep the volume low at night, like you're still trying to rest. It's not dramatic, no breaking glass, just quiet habits that outlast. I'm learning how to live alone, but I'm slow at letting go. I still set 2 alarms, even though you're gone. One for the life we had, wanna prove I'm moving on. But when they both start ringing, it echoes in the dark. I still set 2 alarms, and both wake up my heart. Maybe one day I'll forget, maybe I'll sleep straight through. Maybe I'll only need one sound to pull me into truth. still set to alarms. Like love didn't end. One for who I was with you, one for who I've been. It's such a little thing, but it's tearing me apart. I still set to alarms, neither lets me start.
We stopped fighting months ago, stopped saying what we meant. The room got used to holding words that never reached the end. You'd scroll through something meaningless, I'd trace lines across the floor. Two people sitting side by side with nothing left to pour. It wasn't loud, it wasn't loud, it just got hollow. Silence learned to scream in ways we couldn't hear. It filled up every corner, made the distance crystal clear. No doors slammed shut, no shattered scenes. Silence learned to scream between you and me. We mastered smiling in the dark like everything was fine. But quiet has a pressure, bends the strongest spine. I started speaking softer, you started staying late. We didn't need a goodbye, we felt to separate. We let the quiet grow until it swallowed whole. Silence learned to scream without a single sound. It wrapped around our throats and slowly pulled us down. No final words, no dramatic scene. Silence learned to scream where love had been. If you had yelled, if I had cried, maybe we'd have tried. But we let the calm disguise everything we denied. Silence learned to scream, now it echoes when I breathe. It follows me through empty rooms and settles underneath. No one hears it, but I know what it means. Silence learned to scream, and it ended us quietly.
I pass the street where we almost moved. Still check the windows sometimes. There's someone else's curtains now. but I picture what was mine. We never picked the paint colors, never argued over space. Just let the future folded up without a single trace. It wasn't real, but it felt close enough. You're my favorite what if, the one I hold too tight. The life we didn't live still keeps me up at night. I built it in my head. Every room, every kiss. You're my favorite what if. I don't know how to quit. I wonder how your Sundays look if someone takes my place. If they know the way you hum when you're thinking through the day. Do you ever almost call me, then remember why you don't? Or am I just a chapter that your story outgrew? I try to close the door, but I don't lock it. You're my favorite what if, the one I replay slow. The road we never walked, the things we'll never know. It doesn't make me cry, it just quietly persists. You're my favorite, the hardest one to miss, the hardest one to miss. Maybe in another version we were brave enough to stay. Maybe timing wasn't cool, maybe love didn't fade. But this is the only ending we were given. You're my favorite what if, soft and unfinished, a promise in the air.